So I've had a few questions about my initial impressions on the boat. So I thought, I'm out here today. I've not caught a whole lot. So I thought, I'd kind of give you some of my initial impressions of the boat. I fished in it, not a ton yet, but I fished in it some. Overall, I love the boat, but you got to remember, I'm coming from a pedal powered kayak. So this has been a whole new world for me, and I'm loving every minute of it. Now, I've made some modifications, and the modifications are great so far. Up front here, I've added rod holders that basically these came literally from a kayak that I had a new hull come in shipped because it had a crack in it. So these two tracks are from an Old Town kayak that I had to scrap, which they're great. So I've got my two rod holders also from my kayak. That ram boom arm is from my kayak. Now the thing I did with the trolling motor is I downgraded the big motor back here from a 40. It was supposed to go down to a 20, but I got lucky and the 20s were all on back order, so I actually got a 25. Now that 25 does 21 miles an hour. I've had it over 22 with the wind behind me down current in the Ohio River, but I would say 21's about max for the motor so far anyway. Some folks, that's way too slow, but I'm used to doing about 2.5 miles an hour, so that is by far fine for me. This boat is fun to drive. Now you do get some spray when you're driving the boat. You may get some spray on you, especially if it's a little bit choppy. I noticed, like when my wife and I were in the boat and she was in the back, I was in the front, as we were driving, we took it to the river, there was definitely some splash that came up with the wind. In a regular boat that has the steering toward the back, I don't know if that's the same, but overall love the boat. Now, but you're sitting down low in the boat and getting in and out of the boat might be a little bit of a challenge. Maybe not. It all depends on how athletic you are. But when I step on the front up here, there is some give in the boat, but not that much. I don't feel unstable, but it's a little bit there. So that's something to think about. The area. Let me stand up here. This area in here, it's pretty tight. I got my chair, of course. Now this is the chair that I took that stupid lock off of. And see right there, it catches on the very back. That's the only place it catches. But when you get the boat, if you haven't seen that video, there is actually a lock that you have to move every time. It's still on the back one back there. But you can see my modifications. I've got my rod holders on both sides, and these are basically I got them, I got double pack for about 20 bucks off Amazon. I put on a net holder. You need to make modifications. I've got basically a trash cup with trash in it. And again, this is just another kayak track, and my, both of them on the back there. I have two more to install. But the boat's pretty tight. Now with these rods in here, you're not gonna be walking back and forth a whole lot, but I can make it back through there. The back end of the boat, of course, my fishing there, this would be not much room for gear. To me, again, I love the boat for what I want it to do. It's been perfect. But for someone who's wanting to take out, say, 2 or 3 grandkids, or maybe their wife and a couple grandkids, I'll be honest with you, I think this boat would not be a really good fit. Because to me, this is basically maybe 2 grandkids, because you could put one on the back seat, one in the middle, no rod holders obviously, which would be okay. You'd probably be fishing for bluegill or something. Or if you wanted to have just 2 guys or 2 gals, or a guy and a gal, whatever, fishing back and fishing front, that would be okay. But much more than that, it's only rated for 4 people, and I think just a little over 500 pounds. So you put 2 big dudes like me in here, you're at weight. But overall, I've loved the boat. Would I recommend it? Depends on what you want. Some folks want to have, I think they want a party barge. When they realize when you buy one of these trackers, it ain't that. It is a small boat. This is really, for me, a fishing boat. It's not a party barge. You're not gonna take a bunch of people out on it and go boat riding in it. It's made for fishing, which is exactly what I wanted. I would highly recommend getting a better trolling motor. You know, this Terova, and I will do a breakdown of that too, is awesome. It's got spot lock, it has drift mode, it has track mode. You know, it's exactly what I wanted. You know, this boat comes with a trolling motor, but best I know it goes forward and backwards and neutral. That's all it does. So this thing with spot lock on it and the drift mode both, I've used both of those, especially in the river. It's been awesome. So I would highly recommend upgrading the trolling motor. And then, oh, another thing I've added, you know, this little part right here, because when you get the boat, it's bare. There's nothing hardly there. These are your gauges here, or your gauges. These are your switches. Another thing I don't like about it, there are no gauges. So I'm having to keep a journal of the hours I'm spending with the motor going. Like I've done it about an hour today. So that puts me almost to my 10 hours. But let's see what else I've done here. I guess that's all. You know, there's a rod holder here. I've got my tackle in this one over here. There is storage under both seats. I haven't used them much. And the best I can tell, this aerator, when you're moving in the boat, and I've got that trout in there now, of course he's dead, but that thing fills up with water. Now I don't know how to make it not do that. Maybe I'm missing something. You know, it's working fine. I've never run it before, so I want to do it today. I figured hoped I'd catch a few fish and I could run it. So you've got the aerator, the live well with the aerator working just fine. Trying to think what else I could think about. Oh, I've got the fire extinguisher mounted back there. So like I said, for what I want, this boat is perfect. It's not a party barge, not a bass boat either. I mean, this to me is just a hardcore fishing boat. It's the thing I liked about it, because I watched videos about these boats and did research for probably over 6 months on them, just watching them, trying to figure them out. And it's the closest thing I could get to a kayak was a boat, because I'm sitting down low in the boat. Really have like drive. It's fun to drive. If you've never driven and this got the stick steer over here. If you've never driven a stick steer boat, one guy commented it's like the boat, like a swamp boat or a river boat, and that's exactly what it is, I guess. And I think the 2025 year was the first year Tracker brought them out in about since 2018. So you won't find many of them used right now. But anyway, I thought I'd do a quick rundown. I guess pros, it's a great fishing platform. Now that I've got all my accessories added to it, I love it. It's tight. I like the compactness of it because it reminds me of fishing out of a kayak. Some of you may not like that. You may want the more open deck where you can walk around like on a bass boat. I've not stood up there. I asked the guy, I said, is that a casting platform? He goes, well, if you stand on it and cast, it is. I thought, okay. But I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't feel real stable up there. I mean, if you're using a trolling motor and you went one way or the other, you'd fall off pretty easy. But overall, like I say, I really like the boat. To me, the biggest cons are, again, the size. You're really talking no more than two adults in here fishing. It is pretty tight, so there's not a whole lot of room to get up and move around. Some people would want a faster motor. That 25 is fine for me. I don't need anything about the motor. I really like the motor. But I guess the other thing is it's just a bare boat. There's no gauges. I don't like not having gauges. I'd love to have a fuel gauge. I'd love to have a engine hour gauge, that kind of stuff, but there's none of that. And I'm trying to think of anything else. Other than that, the storage is so-so. I mean, I can get 6 rods in the rod box, but I'm having to fit them in pretty tight. Now, putting these rod holders on was awesome. Big upgrade that I needed. And the net holder. If you don't have a place to put your equipment in this boat, especially, you're going to feel jammed up. I had rods laying here, laying there, so that would be, I guess, another downside. Is you really do need to accessorize this boat more than what it comes with. And I have a video on that too, and kind of what I spent there. It wasn't a whole lot, but a lot of it I was able to scavenge off of my kayak, so that made it good too. I guess I'll stop for now. I just wanted to kind of give a little bit of a rundown about what I like about the boat, what I don't like about the boat. I've had that question come up a few times, and If you have specific questions about the boat, just hit me up in comments and I'll be happy to answer them. If you like this kind of content, I'll say just, stay with me. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'll have a whole lot more of it because this boat is still real new to me. I'm not even got it fully broken in yet. And I will say thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.